Hey guys, DcBlast here. Today, we're going to be doing some Starcraft 2 Direct Strike. Now, this is going to be YouTube exclusive content, so that way you can always keep up to date on your local Blast news. Let's go ahead, let's jump in, let's have some fun. Alright, got our lobby all here. Gonna get that going. Play along. So like I said, Direct Strike 2 is going to be a tug of war. When I say tug of war, this is probably a good time for me to look at... there's the map. So one team will be fighting this way, one team will be fighting that way. Over time, you will be getting minerals on a minerals a second moment. And then at that time, you spend it on units. This game is going to be all about countering opponent. And then after you've countered your opponent, you need to counter your opponent's friends wave. This can and will get rather confusing real quick. As long as you have a general idea of how StarCraft 2 works, you should be able to follow along. And we're in. Alright, so we have access to the Sentinel, the Zealot variety. We're going to put a couple of those down. Go ahead and get them upgrades. Upgrades can be found here. Reconstruction, perfect. So let's get a hit. Go ahead and go for advanced repair systems. That's going to give us reconstruction beam on multiple targets. And then after we're done that, let's see how we do across the field. There's my reconstruction beam. We're up against a Nova. Nova's going to be able to clear out most of my units, no problem. But the problem with my units is they do come back. So having 3 of me, probably going to be a problem for her. You should be able to come back. And we should be able to clear off most of this wave. If not, we have an additional couple Legionnaires. Legionnaires are going to be Phoenix on the friendly. Go ahead and put down our 2 turrets. And we also have a Zagara. Oh, Vile Roaches. No, that's going to be Abathur. Alright, so as you can see, we've been gaining some minerals over time. It is time for us to look at how we're doing. We're not holding the middle line. When you hold the middle line, that's going to be an increase in just general mineral output. We're actually taking it. I'm going to feel comfortable in getting another assimilator. Assimilator is going to take 10 minutes for it to pay itself off, but then it's going to give us an increased effect, or an increased mineral output, mineral per second. So we're holding the middle line. Everything seems to be going well. We got more Legionnaires coming in. We got 2 infested bunkers. That's going to be Dukov, commander. That is going to have those, and of course Nova, she's going to be her own commander, being able to drop herself. At this time, I'm currently teching up. We're going up to tier 2. I don't have much of a front line, and that's okay for right now, because I'm going to force the enemy to have to adapt their strategy to us. And I'm going to hold on to those minerals until now. So the next line that we can get is Annihilators. Annihilators will get access to Shadow Cannon, which is a powerful ability, and the Mirage, which gets phasing armor and gravitation beam. Let's go ahead and get the enemy spooked a little bit. Put a couple of these bad boys down. And then from there, we go into the upgrades, get them phasing armor, which allows them to be invulnerable for the 1.4 seconds, and it will have a 3.6 cooldown. We're going to be focusing mostly on air, because that's what Karax does appear to be strongest at. We are getting pushed in on our bunker. This bunker, if it does fall, does give the enemy more minerals, a bonus mineral supplement, but they are not going to puncture through. We have enough units. Stain. Now that we've got a decent Mirage frontline, put one more down just to even it out. My next step is going to go into Annihilators. Annihilators are going to be the next thing that truly does show why Karax is so strong. As we can see, we're already picking up units and just dropping them. Overall, our front line did go down, but we do have a way to deal with incoming units. As you can see, these Phoenixes, these Mirages are just going to pick up the enemy and are just going to continually fire at them. Now, the enemy infested bunkers are considered to be massive. We cannot pick up massive troops, but we will be able to distort the enemy even further. Taking out their science facility, we're going to be up against a Swan. That's going to be a huge hit because now all of his mechanical units aren't going to be getting those heals along the way. So to make sure that we have a strong front line, let's go ahead and put some of these Annihilators down. This is going to be the Immortal format for Karax. Only put 2 down right now. Let's get him that Shadow Cannon upgrade. We should be able to see that in effect next wave. And these Mirages do an excellent job picking up the high priority targets for the most part first and annihilating them. And even though these abilities are on cooldown, we are just delaying these units just that much longer, letting our Phoenix do what he wishes. He's getting a couple of his Immortals out. Phoenix cleaning up, able to drop himself into play. I can't wait to see the heroic unit, or the heroic AI that Phoenix gets put into play. I can see this going for quite a bit longer, so I'm going to drop another simulator. Not enough minerals? I disagree. Alright, here are the Annihilators that I was promising. As we can see, Mirage is picking up the proper units, taking them down, and we see Strike Goliath being forced out of the Nova flare. A lot of my troops are getting decimated. I just don't have enough Mirages on the field to hit that critical mass for all of the units to be picked up. That's okay. I can just solve that with having more Mirages. I don't see any stealth units coming out of the Nova player just yet. I don't see any ghosts, so I don't see a need to drop a detector just yet, but that will be incoming. That is something that I'm going to have to keep an eye for. We are about to drop our next wave, and I do have enough to drop that real quick. Excellent. I do want to make sure our guys do have a little bit of armor who are on the ground. Go ahead and get that there. So I want my ground troops to survive as long as possible, tanking as much as they will, and allowing our Mirages to really just do what they do best and just destroy as they go. Still not yet at that critical mass, but that's all right. We'll be hitting that here in the next little bit. When the enemy has a lot of little things, it is generally better to just confront it with your own standard line. And because my units do have the revival or the reconstruction module, it's not a bad idea to just keep them going. Just continually provide that rendition of distraction. Because the longer we can distract, the more we can then spice everything up on our side. Our wave's about to come in. These 2 science vessels are about to have a bad day. We just see our own Zerg player going down, but that's all right because this is how we go. And we do see the enemy forces just getting lifted up. But again, we're just not at that critical mass yet. We can't deal with all these little guys just yet. Gonna have to find a way to deal with the Marines. More Sentinels? Maybe. Could just throw down more Immortals. They are far more damaging. Put 2 guys down. Our bunker is going to be taking a little bit of damage here. Oh, Viper's pulling those back, actually letting our HQ turret go off. Good play. We do need to see better weapons coming off. Our air troop does need to just, whatever they pick up, they need to be able to kill right away. It's just how they have to do it. This right here is not doing it. They got the 1-2 upgrade. Our Mirages are not putting out enough DPS to deal with it. But that's what you get when you have a whole bunch of little guys. Now, thankfully, when you put out a whole bunch of little things, Phoenix stomps that, like, instantly. He just shuts it down. He's going to have to put out some bigger units in order to take care of the Phoenix. But that's when I'm going to come in, and it's not going to be a good time for him. And like I said, I'm forcing the enemy to have to deal with me right now in order for them to even consider winning this. Get a couple more Mirages in, get another Annihilator. Annihilator shots going out, as you can see, and then here they go. Mirage is just picking up the tanks, saying, nope, this is not your day. We're picking up that Strike Goliath, which in the later tier will be able to lock down our Mirages if nothing interferes. Full team gets that intercept, and here's all the little guys just getting swept up. So because they are going a lot of little things, I'm actually going to hold off. We're going to upgrade to tier 3. Normally, most people would go support carriers because that way they can deploy the repair drones, and the repair drones are exceptionally well for just helping out everywhere. I'm going to go with the Purifier Colossus. If I can get a sturdy enough front line that can last for a little bit and provide that much distraction, it's going to be worth to see this thing just scissor through the enemy forces. There's the Annihilator shots, just instantly dropping the hammer, cleaning up that wave. The only problem is when I do that, it's leaving none of the abilities of the Annihilators for me to take care of anything else. I can get any of that off. That's okay. So this is going to take a little bit of time for me to deal with. Go ahead and put this down. It's going to be one of Karax's more valuable upgrade capabilities. We see the Stukov ability. Yes, this is going to be the Stukov ability. Stukov ability is now down, and now you can see that our Hidarian Monolith is now just firing away, helping our front line. Karax is defined as a defensive commander for quite obvious reason. Get our ground some upgrades. They will be needing it. I know I'm supposed to be saving up for that Purifier Colossus, but honestly, if I can't hold the ground, there's no point in it. So even just that little bit, it's going to be more than enough to help us out. They're on our bunker, but those shields will regenerate over time. I'm not overly worried about it. It's when they start doing the consistent health damage, which you're seeing here now. That health damage is permanent. We're only going to be seeing shields increase from that point. But we are seeing a lot more of them get destroyed and have to deal with our bottom line. Okay, perfect. We are at more than enough And we actually see our ally bringing in those Colossus as well. Go ahead and drop that Colossus. His Colossi is going to just tear up. Could have torn up. Doesn't have a front line to defend him. So that's going to be that bunker down. Let's do another simulator. I would like to hate this. Nope. Quick enough. That's okay. Our friendo is going with the heavy colossi, and as you can see, they are just going to tear that up. If they can hold the front line, these are going to be very helpful with taking out the infested bunkers as well. What I would like to see is us have a beefier front line to defend our colossi. Drop this. Yeah, got that in. Watching Zerg be Zerg, you just don't really know what's going on until you kind of see the laps in who's actually winning. See a lot more Annihilator shots going out, which is really nice. We see those barrages doing their work, killing off the science vessels, so that way there is no healing for the Swan player. But this is the hammer that then gets brought in from the Nova. The Nova is super strong. As long as we're able to hold our own. Able to drop that shield battery back yet? No. Update. Sure. Annihilator. And perfect. Our wave is in 13. I don't think we're going to be able to get another one in there before things come down. So it's not this wave that we have issues with. Actually, we do very well against this wave. Consistent against the armor. What I'm waiting for this Purifier Beam. Where are they? There they are. And that's where I'm dropping it. This should take care of a lot of our problems as well. So now, we should now have a decent wave to push up against the enemy unit. A lot of them are going with the infested bunker, which our mirages are just not going to be able to take care of, which is unfortunate. We got countered there. But we forced the enemy to go that route, which is going to play right into our Annihilator route. Not a big deal. I was not able to get that last one in. Go see how we're doing. Upgrade armor. Or weapons. Armor is going to be next. Yep, and then we just hammer through. Hopefully we can just hit that critical mass, but they do have a lot, I do mean a lot, of the Marauders. Marauders I'm gonna have to do think here. No, if I did something like this. This is kind of a backwater plan. That on. Pull him back. Yeah, we got it. Some of their units are, in fact, mechanical on this wave. Correction. All of them are. I want to see what happens when I turn them around. This is the way we have issues with. It's a lot of armored biological. Carrier is in. Get those repair drones in. So the repair drones are going to help us out immensely. I'm going to hold off on grabbing charge. I don't want the enemy fully taking advantage of the fact that we're just right. Fire beam, perfect. Having to clean up a lot of that Zerg wave is what's going to hinder us on this wave. I don't know how we're going to fare precisely with the enemy being able to have such free reign and not have such a hammer on that wave. I do see a fair bit of Warbringers coming out, which is super nice, and we do see the Colossus, but that Warbringer is massive amounts of damage. Cleaning up shop, we push through. Nice. Keep that momentum going. See if we can get another support carrier out. I doubt we'll be able to get this in time. Maybe. No, I doubt it. No. So our next thing is best going into field speed. So we have things being repaired from not only our reclamation drone, but also the support carriers. This should make our line a whole lot tankier. Just keeping things alive is what we need to do. As you can see, just from keeping our line, just that more beefier, is providing the support we needed. Now our Phoenix is doing work, and because our Phoenix is mostly mechanical units, the assault carriers are going to be able to help them out as well, as long as they can stay alive long enough. Can't seem to find any of my other defensive structures. I really want to pull back that Caldarian monolith. It does go on an auto cycle, so when it gets defeated after a cooldown, it gets brought back up. As we can see here, nope, just instantly down. We are forcing them to attack, fight us. You do see they're pulling out Goliaths to try and deal with me even more, but we're saying no. We're not about that life anymore. Is that my photon kit? No, it's not. A lot of my troops still coming in. Still doing that Mirage work. So game-ending tier 4 is going to be coming in shortly. I don't think my Mirages... Yeah, my Mirages got down at that point. Alright, let's go this. Let's get more hammer. Got him in just before the wave started. Nice. So that's just going to be that much more Annihilator Cannon. It is ridiculous to see 200 damage just straight to whatever. Why? Because we said so. So that is huge. When we talk about 200 damage, one of these Marauder Commandos has 350. Yeah. Now those are considered to be in addition to the spell like upgrade. So we won't be able to upgrade them via weapon upgrades or anything like that, but that's okay. We seem to be pushing back ever so slowly, inch by inch. We're going to hold off and wait for the tier 4 upgrade. It's coming in 60 seconds, and I want these guys to have every single advantage possible. Because this actually has 2 upgrades in addition to it. It's the tier 4, and then you'd spend additional minerals to actually get the increased upgrade speed and everything. So here we go. We're gonna slam into him. Wonderful. Raj is doing their work against those science facilities, just not having any of them. And here we go, pushing into that meaty wave. Ten more seconds till our upgrade. I'm holding on. We got 800 minerals. Whatever we don't spend here, this is gonna be it. Get that upgraded quickly. And as you can see, another upgrade will appear. There it is, the strike weaponry. As soon as that hits, we're in business. There's that upgrade complete. The next one's not going to be available for quite a while. Go ahead and get more carrier. Got that carrier in before anything else, so that's good. In addition to repairing, this is still a carrier. Like, mass carrier is still a play. We have carriers healing each other. Drones are still drones. They still do work. Get that armor upgrade on the air. Let's make our team extra beefy. We are slicing through. I'm going to be using my next wave. The next wave is going to have this coming down on him. We're going to be making life rather easy for our teammates. And as you can see, we're stacking the waves. When we start stacking the waves, this is when things get very difficult for the enemy. Having to deal with a consistent onslaught of one thing after another. Our waves now coming in. At this point, I am going to go with Annihilator. One of the biggest things in this game is something called critical mass. When you just have too much of one thing, like, it doesn't matter if they have a couple of your counters on the field. Like, damage is still damage. You're still going to walk through most of it. See a lot of these Guardians just consistently dealing the damage forward. Things are getting CC'd, and if they're getting CC'd by our Mirages, that means they're not dealing damage to our friendlies. That's kind of the play we have here. Infested Liberators are now coming out. That's not the best sign for us. That's alright. Oh, that was way off. Back here. We're gonna actually flood right side. If we flood right side, it forces the enemy's not hand, but it requires them. And like, if they put infested liberators over here, it's gonna be too late to help out over here because most of the things that the Mirages deal with have already been dealt with. That has a lot of anti-air. Mirage is just waiting until their cooldown comes off. Yep. Now we just pick things up, lay them down. 86 seconds until the strike weaponry comes back up. Really got to pull better front line. Oh, we're taking damage on our core. Got their shield. The shields went down quite a bit. Will my force come in time? Yes, it will. Stack it up, boys. Stack it up. It's good to see some of my zealots did make it through. Too bad they don't really get too much there. All right. 35 seconds. Can I get 500 minerals in 30 seconds? Find out. We'll see if my economy was good. Now, the enemy has had the center line for quite a bit, so us actually dealing with all of this is questionable. Like, they were just able to pull out more abilities, more troops, more upgrades. No, I wasn't able to do it. So they're going to have a distinct increase for probably 5 to 6 seconds. Unless my troop doesn't come out right away. There's my troop, so they're going to be going in this without this upgrade for at least a little bit. And these guys are going to have it, so that's going to be the difference right there. Now that my upgrades are gone through, now we're back on level playing fields. But I didn't clear out as much as this wave as I normally do. And I do want to think it's probably because I didn't have that upgrade. Critical mass, let's do it. That's what we gotta play for. Still have mirages, still going in there, still doing what they do. Oh, they got some of the blinding clouds out. Ooh, that's gonna be... I'm probably gonna say that's about it. That is a lot of guardians, though. But we have nothing tanking for the core. Help it out. We just have those apocalypses on our core dealing those damage. That's gonna be GG. And there we go. Let's take a look at the overview. Damage. A little bit under my allies, but that's okay. Did more than the Nova, which I'm very happy for. We actually tanked the second most amount, so I'm all right with that. You know what? It was a good game. They had a lot of troops that did counter me, especially the infested bunkers. It was really hard for me to deal with, but that's okay. That's Karax in a nutshell. That's what he does. And guys, I want to say thank you very much for coming on out. That was our first round right here for YouTube exclusive. Thank you very much. If you guys want to see more of this live, come interact with the chat. I am live on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be playing a multiple variety of different games that most of them can be played with some viewers. Love to have you all come out. In the meantime, thank you so much for being here. We'll catch you guys next time when we do... Let's go down the protoss train first. See you then. Take it easy, guys.